Hello and thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, leave a like, and of course leave any thoughts, comments and feedback that you might have on the video, because all of those thoughts, comments and feedback help me when I'm creating future content. It is 2021, Happy New Year, I hope you're well. Let's leave 2020 in the rearview mirror and let's look forward, let's look ahead, let's hope for a more positive year. But, and there is a but, something happened towards the back end of 2020, and I'm going to be addressing it now. And it is the controversy that has surrounded the comments made by BT Sport pundit Karen Carney. Personally, I didn't have a problem with it. Personally, I think she's paid to do punditry, and effectively that is just giving your opinion, and that's what she did. But the problem is, Leeds United sort of put this quote, they videoed it and they put the video up on their website, and Leeds United fans and football fans in general, some of them who are maybe a little bit behind the times, have sort of, there's been a backlash, and they are giving their opinions, and a lot of their opinions aren't based on her punditry, her analysis. Football, a lot of it is based around gender, and this is something that unfortunately doesn't seem like it's going to go away anytime soon. Now, I understand that people are used to just male pundits, male commentators, and female pundits and female commentators are still a relatively new thing. But the reaction to what she said, and I'm going to put a few examples up here, just shows you that we do still have a huge problem in terms of sexism in football. So what she said was, on Leeds United, she was doing some analysis for Leeds United's game against West Brom, and this is what she said. She said, on Leeds, she said, they outrun everyone. Credit to them. My only concern would be, will they blow up at the end of the season? We saw that in the last couple of seasons, and I actually think last season they got promoted because of COVID, in terms of it gave them a bit of respite. I don't know whether they would have got up if they didn't have that break. So she's talking about Leeds United's promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. Of course, we had the lockdown, so we had a break. Football was effectively cancelled, postponed, whatever you want to call it. And really, she wasn't talking about the form. She wasn't addressing the form before or really after the lockdown. She's basically talking about Bielsa, the Leeds United manager, how his teams sort of, there's a drop-off in the second half of the season because he runs his team so hard that they just get burnt out sort of around the midway point of the season. And that's really what she's saying. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have an issue with that. But what I have a problem with is Leeds United basically putting what she said out there for a huge audience. They have a huge following on social media, and people that are, and they should really know, they should know that there are still people out there that are gonna pile on. Now, you can't anticipate what people are going to do, but really you should know, and you have to be more responsible. And it's not because you think that Karen Carney or other female pundits or Alex Scott or anyone should be immune to criticism, but they should know that people are not going to be criticising them based on their punditry. A lot of people are just going to use gender as a way of sort of putting them down, of saying, you don't know what you're talking about because you're a woman, so what do you know? Oh, I can't believe this. This is why we don't have female pundits. And I'm just going to give you a few quotes. And there are so many, but I'll do a few. So this is the first one. And I think, so, and I've blurred out where it comes from because I don't want this person who posted it to get a pile on. People will, if people see it on social media, they see it, but that's just me. But this is why giving punditry positions based on gender, race, sexuality is a terrible idea. She's never played the game. Women's football doesn't count. It's like getting me to do the job based on my Sunday League experience. Ignorance. It's ignorance. She's there because she has a knowledge of the industry. She's played at a professional level, and she has been in professional environments, and she has a knowledge of the women's game. She obviously has a knowledge of the men's game. Doesn't matter if you played it or not. Dan Walker's never played professional football, but he's there on Football Focus talking about football, giving his opinions. So I don't see why, because he's never played football, but he's a presenter, but he's a man, but his opinion is more valid than someone like Karen Carney who's played professional football. Like, why? I know he's a presenter, but why accept him and not her when she's clearly got more experience and more knowledge of the game based on those experiences? So why do people use gender against them? I don't understand. So that's one. Here's another one. Now this one's a little bit a little bit more extreme than that one. So this person says, this sums up women's punditry. Absolutely clueless. No one wants to hear their irrelevant inputs with no experience from the men's game they're analysing. Give me Keane, Souness, Neville, even Hasselbank all day long. That's what I want when watching the footy. Again, it comes back to the previous point. She has knowledge and she has experience. And you're not criticising her there based on any kind of analysis or anything like that. Or even it's not even based on this comment regarding Leeds and COVID. You're just using her gender against her and basically saying, you don't have any part here, you don't belong here. Well, I can 99% guarantee she's got more experience and knowledge than you. And that's what I want from a pundit. Whether I agree with them or not, and it is an opinion that they're sharing, it's analysis, I want an expert. So I'd trust her more than I would trust you. And it's just a really ignorant way of looking at things, and it's a really backward way of looking at things in this day and age when we all work alongside each other, we all go to work together, we all help each other out. So I don't really understand, and there's a space for the game. There's a space in the game for all of us. So if I can enjoy the game and have opinions with no knowledge in terms of no insider knowledge of the industry, why is my opinion more valid than her opinion when she's got that experience and I don't? Why? Just think about that. So you put me in a studio, I've never played the game. Are you telling me you're going to listen to me more than her? No, you wouldn't, because we've both got going to have different opinions maybe on a game, but she has more knowledge. So it makes more sense to put her in the studio than me. I'm a fan. But I like when I'm watching a pundit and they bring something up that I haven't spotted in a game. I like that. That's what I want from a pundit. And I don't care if you're male or female. It doesn't matter. If you've got the knowledge and experience, I'm more likely to listen to you. Okay? So, this next one, got to fill the quota. It's the new law. Whether you know your stuff or not, this lady does not. So in this instance, he's saying she's only there because she's a woman. to, like I say, to fill a quota. And I just think it's a huge level of disrespect. Now, these are quite tame compared to a lot of the other ones. But I wonder, I thought about this. I thought about making this video all yesterday, and I was up very early this morning, umming and ahhing about whether to make it, thinking, well, what can you say that hasn't already been said? A lot of people seem to think this is being blown out of proportion. They can't see where the sexism is. For me, what Leeds United did was probably, to me, it's a form of casual sexism. It's that sort of that sexism where there's an undertone to it. So you can look at it, and on the surface you can go, oh, well, what? It's just a bit of banter. What? There's no sexism. It's not obvious. But when you look beneath the surface and when you really think about it, you think, well, if Graham Souness had said that, would Leeds United be posting that on their social media account? Now, Graham Souness gets bantered all the time, but I can tell you now, it's not because of what's between his legs. It's not because he's a bloke. Whereas female pundits get this all the time, and this is just another example of people, for some backward reason, just not accepting the fact that they are here doing their job based on experience and knowledge. That's why they're there. So I just think this whole thing has been really interesting for me, seeing it develop over the last few days. I know that she's not on social media at the moment. Whether she's deleted her account or deactivated it, I do not know. But I just wanted to share my thoughts and my opinions on this matter, really, as to why I think it does matter and why more of us should be talking about it. We shouldn't just be brushing it under the carpet. I think it's too easy for us to just say, oh, it's a bit of banter. Oh, well, what? Sometimes it's not easy to spot the sexism or the racism, the misogyny, all these things. And that's not me being woke. I'm not being a white knight. I'm just saying how I see things. Do I think sometimes we look for things where there aren't things? Do we sometimes look for something or a problem where there isn't one? Yeah, I do. But on this occasion, sometimes I think we overlook things because it's not right in front of us. But anyway, what do you think anyway? What do you think about the whole situation? Let me know what you think in the thoughts, the comments, and the feedback section below. Subscribe, leave me a like, and until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a good new year, and I will see you all soon.